everybody. John Pynakker with Mohave Valley Daily News, and this is Valley Voices, brought to you by Tri-State Wi-Fi. Tri-State Wi-Fi is your less expensive, more reliable alternative to your current internet provider. They provide you with high-speed internet service at an affordable price and are bringing high-speed internet service to all the residents who have been underserved for many, many years. My guest today is Gerry Allen. Gary, how you doing, brother?
Good. How about you?
Good. Gary is a senior mortgage loan officer at Hometown Lenders. We're mostly going to be talking some Kiwanis stuff today. Gary's a longtime Kiwanian, and we got a few events coming up, including one this weekend that we're going to cover heavily. But first, I want to just you're a mortgage loan officer,
correct?
And we keep hearing all these things about interest rates and refi and all that stuff. Where are we at? What's going on?
So thinking, you think with COVID and everything that's going on that the housing market would be slowing down, and that's definitely not the ticket. It's been a crazy, crazy year this year. Just when 2020 is just crazy, and everybody knows that all the way around, let alone with mortgages. When COVID hit, it affected us a little bit, but it was more just regulations, guidelines, on what to do, because we've never been through a pandemic before. So really it was just the lenders and all that trying to figure out what do we do next, or kind of ahead of time of what we're going to do. Did that slow us down at all? Absolutely not. Actually, it just seems like it really accelerated what we're doing. We've never done $2 trillion, and I'm not saying us as a company, but I'm talking the mortgage industry ever. Never done more than $2 trillion in a year, and they're expecting to do $3 trillion this year, which is crazy, especially during a pandemic. So what that tells you is, really the market's crazy. And if anyone's been looking for houses or shopping around, you might see a house one day and the next day or that same day, it's gone. And the reason why is our rates are low. So when rates are low, people take advantage because they qualify for more when they're purchasing, and or if they're refinancing, it drops their monthly payment. So a lot of people are purchasing, but then again, a lot of people are also trying to refinance right now.
That's what we just did.
It's a great market to do it. Even, I got my house 4 years ago, and I thought I had a killer rate then, and I did, don't get me wrong, but it's nothing compared to what rates are now. So a lot's going on out there on the market as of this month. People might start hearing about the adverse market fee, which is something that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac brought out for refinances. I just actually saw it on the news this morning. So that doesn't have effect with VA, FHA, or USDA, but basically Fannie and Freddie are basically charging 0.5% for refinance. That's either for rate and term or for cash out. Their logic and reason for that is they call it an adverse market fee. They're just prepping for what might happen in the future with forbearances, foreclosures. They're kind of putting up a slush fund aside for that. Now,
aren't they the people that we bailed out a couple years ago? Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac?
No comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. Personally, I don't know how much I can say. I personally don't believe in it. I believe that, the people that are refinancing shouldn't be the ones being, in a way, punished for that, because most of them are putting themselves in a better position. Where it's going to come down later on is the people, unfortunately, they're buying these houses, and sometimes they're overbuying what they think they're budgeting for, or what happens if they lose income or their job shuts down, or due to COVID, if we have another big round like somewhat we're having now, and they have to be sent home, they're not making that money they were making 2 months ago, let alone 6 months ago. So that's what's out on the news as of yesterday, basically. It's been technically, put it back in August or October, somewhere right in that area, and then we all kind of fought it. I even sent letters to Ducey, to Cinema, to McSally, to fight it, because, we didn't believe in it, and we got it postponed up until December, and now they're putting it back in. So that's something you guys will hear, but is it still a great time to refinance? Yes, rates are still killer. 0.5 point. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to pay that on your rate. That might be in fees. It just depends on each lender works that differently. So that's definitely something to consider. But yeah, purchasing, refinancing, the best thing you can do right now is, if you're looking, is talk to a local lender, preferably us. But hey, there's other great ones out there. There is, for sure, especially in this town. And great friends with a lot of them. So, but yeah, at that point, the best thing you can do is if you're looking for a purchase and you're looking at purchasing a house, get pre-qualified. Nothing worse than trying to find a house and get pre-qualified at the last minute, and of course the next hour it's gone.
Yeah,
I've had a few of those in the last week.
Houses are going so fast now that they get listed, and within a day or two they could be gone. So
100%, yeah. It's been crazy this year.
That's kind of the
Who would've
advice
thought?
I've been getting from everyone is go get pre-qualified and before you even start looking at houses.
Who would have thought during COVID, especially?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're here to talk about Kiwanis.
Yes.
First of all, I mean, I think a lot of people in the community, when they hear Kiwanis, they go, well, those are the Cornfest people, those are the party people. They're not really understanding what the purpose behind Kiwanis is. Can you kind of go over what the goals of Kiwanis worldwide are?
Yeah, so I mean, worldwide, Kiwanis is a group of worldwide volunteers. All of us are volunteers. So all these events that are ran, whether it's the morning club that's doing it, whether it's our club or a club in Kingman or Havasu or wherever, we all basically volunteer to do this. And what we're doing is we're doing it to raise money to put back in the community for the kids. Either scholarships or I know the morning clubs help with the splash pad. We've done some stuff with that. We help with the local, some of the high school clubs, all that kind of stuff. So basically, so all that money that we raise at these events, we're nonprofit, so we don't get to keep any of it. It all goes back into the community. We try to put it towards the kids and whatever they need. I mean, 2 years ago we did it for gift cards for the teachers because unfortunately, they don't get. They don't get.
There's a stipend or
they get stipend. Plus, they don't get money for supplies and all that anymore. A lot of them are spending out of their own pocket. We gave gift cards to every local teacher that we could at that time that we could find. We gave them gift cards to help with that. So everything we do is to help better the kids, and that's not only in the United States, but that is, like you said, throughout the world. It's international.
Yeah, I know that you have done the projects. The buddy benches out at the schools.
Yeah, we did do the buddy benches.
You guys are really heavily involved in Gary Keith Park. The McKinney-Vento kids last year, you gave money to them. Boys and Girls Club every year get a bunch of money from you guys. So just probably 100 different things throughout the year that Kiwanis.
Yeah, our budget line that we have a meeting on. I mean, we try to budget for all these different clubs, and and we always have clubs and all that coming to ask us for more money too. So there's never a shortage of money for our groups, and that's why we try to do so many events. And unfortunately, this year we've been hurt a little bit just for the fact of the first 8 months of the year. Technically, we couldn't do anything. Everything we had planned, we had the wine and jazz, we had the Easter egg, we had another poker run done, and we had to cancel all those due to COVID. So when we cancel that stuff, a lot of our money's still going out because we still had to plan and prep for that stuff, but we had no money coming in. So with that being said, is our first major event this year that we could actually raise money for was the Cornfest. And I don't know if anyone was there, but that was...
Everybody was there. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I think there was 12 of us, I think, possibly running that whole thing, to be honest. So it was crazy. Yes, sure. It was nuts. So, yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break here and talk about our sponsor, Tri-State Wi-Fi. Tri-State Wi-Fi has several plans for commercial residential customers. Residential packages start at just $45 per month, and they offer speeds from 12 meg up to 50. There is no data cap or throttling of internet speeds. Packages are also available with symmetrical download and upload speeds for sharing large files or gaming. Surf the web with the fastest internet speeds available. Tri-State Wi-Fi is locally owned and operated, and as a member of the community, Tri-State Wi-Fi donates frequently back to its community. Currently, they serve many residential customers in the Tri-State area from Bullhead City to the Needles Bridge and even into Needles. Commercial accounts include the Bullhead City Government Center, All City Parks, and the Mohave Valley Fort Mohave Community Park. So they are also somebody that gives back to the community.
Definitely.
George and his wife over there. All right, so I put together a list, but you mentioned some of them. Cornfest, Wine and Jazz. You do 2 poker runs. We're going to talk about one. One of them got canceled already. You have Trunk or Treat, another.
Yeah, Trunk or Treat's a big one that we do. We don't make any money off of that. I mean, basically, we take a couple donations, hopefully from the stores, and that helps us buy candy or water. And basically, we don't charge for the event, so everything's free, and it's just a safe alternative for the local kids.
Yeah, and that's something you've been doing for a long time.
That's one of our staples. Yeah.
So some of the money that is raised in some of these other events
helps run
allow
that
you
one.
to
Correct.
do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, correct. 100%.
So that's
And the Easter egg hunt too. So I mean,
Yeah.
we really don't take in any
spend a
money
lot
for
of
Easter
money on
eggs. So yeah, so some of these events like Corn Fest, Wine Jazz, that helps us raise money to do these other events where we still give to the kids
so now
one
you're-
way or another.
Yeah, now you're giving back
Correct.
on money that you've already raised.
Yeah.
You have 2 poker runs that we're going to talk about the other one here, and this year you're doing the holiday parade of lights as well. That's on the 12th.
Correct. The weekend after. Yeah, we're busy. We went from nothing for the first 8 months because of COVID to we're nonstop now. Yeah.
If you know these Quanians, that's where I'm sure they were bouncing off the walls for 6 months trying to get out there and do something. So you have Cornfest, Trunk or Treat, the haunted house, which is part of Cornfest
Yeah.
and Trunk or Treat,
Yeah.
and then you get a couple weeks off, and then into a poker run and the holiday parade. So that's a lot within a couple of months of each other.
Yeah, and I think we might be forgetting something, but yeah,
I'm sure
who
we
knows?
are.
Yeah, I'm sure we are, but yeah, there's a lot to throw in those months, and yeah, and like I said, we're all volunteers, so for us to do these events, it takes a lot, so.
All right, so let's talk about the Kiwanis Poker Run. It's the sleigh ride this year
Yes.
is what the theme is. It's this weekend.
So we used to do the poker run all the time. We used to call it the Fool's Run. We're bringing it back. We actually had it planned this year for the Fool's Run, but it got canceled due to COVID. But we also just heard enough feedback that we need to do it more than once a year. So we decided, hey, you know what? Let's do it in December and one in April. It kind of breaks up the year, and we figured what a better time than around Christmas time and do it basically based on Christmas and a sleigh ride. So that's where we came up with the idea. This is our first year doing it at this time. So we're doing everything we can. Yeah, definitely.
Well, you went out and took the ride the other day.
I've taken it twice, yes. It's a 45-mile course.
Starts in Fort Mohave.
Yeah, it starts at Fort Mohave and it starts and ends at the same spot, but we have a huge loop off of, you go past El Rodeo, past Silver Creek, almost to Finger Rock, with most people probably know where that's at, and then you basically loop back and come back around. Parts of it are a little rough, parts of it are nice, but that's part of a poker ride. If it was all nice, it doesn't make it fun. So,
And you
beautiful
mentioned,
scenery.
yeah,
Yeah.
you mentioned Finger Rock. Isn't there's a special guest that you're going to have up near Finger Rock, right?
Yeah, so our northernmost point of our trail, we're going to make it called North Pole. Makes sense. So we are going to have Santa out there. And with Santa, he'll be giving out candy canes, and there will be a photo op opportunity. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we're not going to have someone taking
Sitting on my
photos.
lap,
It's definitely that. But yeah, so basically you go out there, Santa will be out there, you can take pictures with him and all that. And so we're just trying to make it a little bit more Christmas themed, but it's something that you definitely have to have a side-by-side to get to for him. Yeah.
Oh, for him.
For him, yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about taking a side-by-side out there versus like a Razor or something, or a, what was the other one?
We took a Rhino. It just depends on the vehicles. Every vehicle's different. The better the suspension, the nicer the ride it's going to be. Or the slower you go, the nicer the ride it's going to be. And some of us like to go slow, and some of us don't. So it just depends. There's some rough spots, but that's what makes it fun. And there's some smooth spots. So there's people that'll just take the rough spots just as fast as the smooth spots, and
We call those people crazy.
yes, very. And we have a lot of them out here. Yes, definitely. But yeah, it's a nice, enjoyable ride. We tried breaking it up from what we've had it before. And then, we're going to try to change it up a little bit, hopefully each time we do the poker run, so it's not the same
Change the
scenery
route?
every time. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Change it up a little bit, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about a couple of things here. First of all, it's sponsored by Finley and
Yeah.
Mohave Power Sports.
Yeah, they stepped in. They stepped in for the Fool's Run. And luckily, in a bad way, we got canceled by the state on that. But luckily, they were nice enough to stay with us on it and still sponsor it for us. So yeah, we give all our hats out to them, because sometimes we can't put on these events without sponsors. It's just it takes money to unfortunately make money, as we all know in business. And the more money we put out, the less money we make to put back in the community for the kids. So it's always awesome when we have sponsors like Finley or Mohave Power Sports or stepping up to the game and putting out that money to help us, because that's less money that we have to put into it.
Well, and that's where they came up with the face shields, right? One of the things so the entry includes 2 lunches, a poker hand, and a face shield. And the face shield has the logos and stuff on it.
Yeah, it's got the poker run, Kiwanis poker run. It's got part of this logo that's here, and they're tan. But yeah, I mean, it's just the normal that everyone's wearing. The I forgot the material.
Shields.
Yeah, but it's just nice little something. If you want to wear it, you can. I mean, I recommend wearing something out there, because especially if you're riding behind other people, that dirt gets everywhere.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Prize money, $1,000 for the first. This is for the poker side of it. This isn't a race. It's just gathering.
Yeah. Everyone thinks it's a race. I mean, there's a lot of people that race and do it, but I mean, just because you get there first, you don't win anything. It's all about the poker hand. So, the better the hand you get, of course, the best hand, of course, and the first top 3 place get money for their best hand.
Nice.
So, not necessarily. I mean, the tortoise can definitely win the race on this one, or the run, as you say, and definitely being $100 for the worst hand also.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So I could take my time, come in
I think
with the
your
worst hand.
daughter-in-law won that one year. I think she got the worst hand one year. Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah.
Probably not, because she's not a poker player. She probably had a winning hand and threw it away.
Yeah.
$1,000 first place, $500 second place, $250 third place, and $100 for the worst hand. It was $75 to enter up until yesterday. Now it's $85. And the way is this the best way, is go to the Facebook page?
Yeah, so we have 2. Yeah, so we have the Facebook page that we have, which I'll let him show it. You can go on there and you could register if you like on there.
Facebook.com, Kiwanis of the Colorado River.
And then our other route that we have is eventbrite.com. So BRIGHT.com. And then the search bar, you just type in Kiwanis Poker. That's about all you have to get to, and it pops up. But technically, it's Kiwanis Poker Sleigh Ride. But like I said, you start typing in Kiwanis Poker, it automatically pops up. You can go in there. You could register that way also. It makes it easy. And then we'll also have registration the day of. But we always prefer to have as many people sign up as early as possible, so we know what to expect for food, people, all that kind of stuff.
So you could go out there in your whatever, side by side, put 4 or 5 people on it. You still only get 2 lunches. It's $85 for the one vehicle. However many people you have on it, you get 2 lunches, 1 poker hand, 1 face shield. If you want to buy more poker hands or more lunches, that's all available.
So on the site there you could add more lunches, or you could add more face shields if you like, of course, and then also more or poker hands at the end. So the prices for the lunches, we're going to have $7 for pulled pork combo. That's going to include a soda, water, or a bag of chips, or we'll have a hot dog combo, $5 with a bag of soda or a bag of chips and a soda. I believe we're working on something with hamburgers that we came across, so we'll let you know on that. That'll probably be about $6. So, and then if you wanted face shields, they're going to be $10. And then poker hands, if you want another poker hand, it's going to be $15. So,
I've seen the face shields. The face shields are really nice.
And it's nice. It's nice just to have, because I leave one in my truck at all times, because even if we're out, or you just grab it and you're out with friends. And
face shields seem to be pretty popular these days for some reason.
They are very popular. I don't know why. I mean, you'd think
weird.
Yeah.
In fact, I bring mine with me everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, they're a lot bigger than this, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're nice.
They cover a lot more.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Yeah.
Where does it start?
It's going to start off of, I forgot the street. It's La Requisa and Aztec, which is McDonald's Road, right? Yeah.
That's the one.
We're going to be off of that beaten path right there. You'll see a bunch of us out there. That's where we're going to start off at. Our driver's meeting is going to be at 8:30, and our start time's actually going to be at 9. We ask anybody that's not registered or anything like that to be there earlier, of course. We'll be there probably around 7:30, starting to set up all that as Kiwanians. So, bear with us a little bit. We don't want to get up the crack of dawn.
Cut us some slack. It's dark and cold.
And some of them are pretty old too, so their bones don't quite move any.
You see how he looked at me when he said some of them were pretty old?
100%. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Gary. I appreciate it. Again, this has been sponsored by Tri-State Wi-Fi. Tri-State Wi-Fi is here to serve you. The owner is a member of your community, not a corporation, and they give back to the community accordingly. They're currently looking to increase their staffing. So if you're looking for a long-term position as a technician or computer installer, or if you're looking to change your internet service provider, contact them today at 928-763-3446 or send your resume into info@cshopaz.com. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
Go on out. It's Saturday. It's going to be a beautiful day. And it's a great time to get out there and help get some money into Kiwanis coffers so they can take care of our kids. So,
Yeah, appreciate all the help. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.